front of your back this time, to your center.
Oh, Russell Westbrook. A spectacular dunk, and it's a 2-point game.
What up, what up, what up? Appreciate you checking me out. Let's get right into it, man. Let's talk about my guy. Well, he ain't my guy, but we're going to talk about Russell Westbrook. Again, not my guy. Not like if we talking about my personal favorite players of all time or currently in the league, Russell Westbrook does not make this list. But at the same time, I'm sick and tired of the Russell Westbrook disrespect, man. I think it's getting outrageous to the point where you got reports coming out now saying that Russell Westbrook got something wrong mentally with him. You know, whenever something start going wrong in the locker room with these athletes, it seems like that's just the narrative now. You know, we talking about their mental health. They don't have the right mental health. All right, man. Look, I'm going to say this. What y'all dudes need to stop doing is listening to these media outlets who clearly got agendas. People who clearly being paid to push some of the things that they pushing. All right. People like Skip Bayless. People like the best tight end ever, Shannon Sharp. Right, because he was a Baltimore Raven. So he on that best tight end ever list. But nonetheless, I get tired of him and people like him talking about this disrespecting Russell Westbrook like this dude ain't had one of the best NBA careers in history, especially in recent history. I can't stand for it no more, man. So what we gonna do is we gonna talk about Russell Westbrook today. All right, we talking about the number 4 overall pick, right? We talking about a dude who, I mean, do we really even got to go through his resume? Do most of us really know his resume? I'm pretty sure we do. But just in case, let's just go through it right quick. Let's go to Big Basketball Reference. And let's just go through his little bio, just his resume, all right? We got a 9-time All-Star. We got a 2-time scoring champ. We got a 3-time assist champ, 9-time All-NBA, All-Rookie for whatever that's worth, 2-time All-Star MVP for whatever that's worth. He was the 2016 MVP, and he made the NBA 75th anniversary team, which he should have. Even though I think that list is garbage, he should have been on that list. We talking about a guy who won MVP at a time when cats like James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, LeBron back in Cleveland, Isaiah Thomas. These are some of the dudes that was pretty much, I want to say dominating the NBA, but these was the dudes that was, they were the top MVP front runners of that year, right? Yanni, Jokic, they was on the rise. So I don't really understand where the Russell Westbrook criticism is coming in at. A lot of people like to say that Russell Westbrook got low IQ. All right, well, listen, man, this video right here that's showing is compiled of all of the good high IQ moments that Russell Westbrook done had. And majority of them, guess where? A lot of them come when he was in Washington. When he was dragging them dudes to the playoffs because Bradley Beal was out. All right. I hear a lot of people call him Westbrick. I hear Westbrick a lot. I think my man Skip Bayless coined the term. Let's talk about that, though. Let's talk about him being Westbrick. Let's talk about his shooting numbers, his shooting percentages. Russell Westbrook on his career is a 30% three-point shooter. All right, that's with 4 attempts per game on his career. He's a 30% three-point shooter. Let's just kind of try to put that in perspective for a minute, right? Somebody like Steph Curry probably shoots over 40% from the three-point line, right? And he is regarded as the best shooter in league history by a lot of people. I don't really know how you could disagree with that. So we got him at around 42%, something like that, right? Another guy we got that shoot pretty high on that three-point list is of course, Klay Thompson, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, right? Carmelo Anthony on his career, I believe, is a 34 or 36. I think it was 36% three-point shooter. That's 36%, right? But let's just compare him to other players. Let's compare his three-point shooting percentage to, let's just say for now, LeBron James, right? LeBron James on 4.5 three-point attempts per game in his career is 35%. Is LeBron one of the best shooters ever? I don't think so. So, like, how do you really gauge whether or not a person is a good three-point shooter? A lot of people will hear Russell Westbrook is a 30% three-point shooter on his career, and they'll say that's dirt, that's garbage. Well, LeBron is 5% more. I'll take it a step further. Let's talk about other players, historical players, three-point percentage, right? Let's talk about Allen Iverson, 31% on 4 attempts per game. Tracy McGrady, 34% on 3 attempts per game. Hey man, let's put Mike in this. Let's put the great Jordan in this. 33% at 2 attempts per game on his career. That don't sound kind of crazy? All right, what about this? Russell Westbrook is a 43% field goal shooter in his career. Right? LeBron, 50%. Iverson, 42%. McGrady, 43%. Hey, man, Klay Thompson, 45%. This is just regular field goals. So Russ is among the elites when it comes to that. Some of the greatest players to ever play the game when it comes to that. LeBron and Mike, 50% on their careers as far as the field goal percentage go. And we talking about 2 dudes that's basically fighting for the best player in the NBA or in NBA history. So I don't see where Russ should be called Westbrook it. I would say he's right on pace with the other NBA players historically as far as shooting percentage goes, 3-point or field goal percentage. Right? But let's just talk about his turnovers, because a lot of people gonna try to say that. A lot of people do say that the issue with Russell Westbrook is his turnovers. Oh, he turned the ball over too much. Oh, he can't hold on to the ball. He turned it over at the wrong moment. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. All right, let's do this then. Let's do this. Russ on his career averaged 4.1 turnovers per game. Right? 4.1 turnovers in 988 games is what he averaged. LeBron averaged 3.5 on his career. James Harden averaged 4. Curry, Durant, Irving, they all averaged 3. Mike averaged 3. That ain't good enough for you? Magic Johnson averaged 4 turnovers per game in his career. Magic Johnson. One of the dudes that y'all say is the best point guard ever. We don't hear people talking about Magic Johnson being a turnover machine, Allen Iverson being a turnover machine. 4 turnovers for Russ on his career. That's one more than Michael Jordan. A half more than LeBron. As good as a passer and distributor as Steve Nash was, that's one more than Steve Nash. Now you got to imagine that a person who averaged a person with multiple assist titles, again, even as recently as when he was in Washington, if you leading the league in assists, if you one of the NBA's best ever passers, I can only imagine that you're going to have a high turnover rate. Again, Magic Johnson has a high turnover rate, and I believe that dude averaged at least 10 assists on his career. Rustin averaged double-digit assists 5 times in his career, man. 5 times this dude didn't average double-digit assists. In contrast, LeBron has only averaged double digits once in his 19-year career. Once. Rajon Rondo, over 19 years, 5 times. Chris Paul, 7 times. Steve Nash, 7 times. Jason Kidd, 4 times. Again, we talking about some of the best passers that the league has ever seen, right? So where is the Russell Westbrook criticism coming from? I'm just not understanding it. You can try to make it make sense to me, but 9 times out of 10, it's just going to sound like you just don't like Russell Westbrook, or like you've been listening to too much your drunk uncle, the greatest tight end of all time. One of them, because he played for the Ravens. It sounds like y'all be too busy listening to what the media say and not actually paying attention to what's going on in the games. All right, let's get past that part of it, right? Let's flip the page here. Hold on. Let's talk about his career games. 988 career games. In 988 career games, that's one season less than Michael Jordan played through his whole entire career. Now, I know Mike missed a year. He retired, came back, retired, came back. Mike hard. I ain't taking that away from Mike. But it's a lot to be said about a player who done played 988 games, and he one season behind Mike's numbers in his career. He's played more games than Kevin Durant, who he came in the league after. He done played double the amount of games as Steph Curry. He's played more than Allen Iverson, Magic Johnson, Derrick Rose. That don't count for nothing? Being a durable player, that don't count for nothing? Speaking of durability, let me go back right quick because I had an interesting note there. Russell Westbrook, when he had his scoring title, the most points that he averaged per game was 32. That's over a span of 81 games. I mean, again, where is this Russell Westbrook criticism coming from? On his career, he averaged 23 points, 7 rebounds, and 8.5 assists. He was just the assist champ over in Washington just a year ago. So how is Russ to blame for the Lakers' issues? Why is everybody calling for Russ to get benched? Y'all want Russ to get benched? Y'all want Russ to come off the bench in the 4th quarter. That don't sound crazy to y'all. Didn't they bench him against the Pacers the other night? And the Pacers still beat the Lakers in LA. Where is Russ the problem at? Why are y'all calling for Russell Westbrook to get traded? Who exactly do you want to trade him for? I'm just not understanding. Let's go back to this other page here, because I want to talk about, I got a list of about 20 players who been in the league either as long as Russell Westbrook, or they came in the league after he was drafted. All right. Derrick Rose came out in 2008. Derrick Rose is a great player, was a great player, very explosive, right? He was the number 1 pick in 2008. He played 300 less games than Russell Westbrook. Was Derrick Rose on pace to have a better career than Russell Westbrook? Probably so. But he didn't stay healthy enough. So whose career would you rather have, Russell Westbrook's or Derrick Rose's? Kevin Love came out in 2008. Do we need to talk about him? Because I don't think we do. Mike Beasley, OJ Mayo, they came out in 2008. Where they at now? Where they at? What was so great about either one of their careers? Kevin Love won a championship off the strength of LeBron James. It's no disrespect to Kevin Love. Let's go to 2009, where the number 1 pick was Blake Griffin. I mean, need I really say more? You got James Harden, who came out in 2009, and I would say that him and Russell Westbrook so far then had about the same amount of success. Who else here? Ricky Rubio in 2009. Steph Curry came out in 2009. One could argue that the situation he fell into made a big difference in his career, but I'm not going to make that argument. I'm just going to say that he's played almost 200 less games than Russell Westbrook. Is Steph Curry great? Yep. Is his career better than Russell Westbrook's? I think it's up for debate. I understand Steph done won championships, unanimous MVP, scoring titles, one of the best three-point shooters of all time, if not the best. But let's just take Steph Curry out of this, because maybe he did have a better career, or is having a better career than Russell Westbrook. So we're going to take Steph out of this. What about DeMar DeRozan? He came out in 2009. Nope. This dude's career been pretty much garbage. I love DeMar DeRozan. We talking about a 4-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA. That's not much of a resume. 2010, we got John Wall. We got Boogie. I love John Wall, big John Wall fan. Would I take him over Russ? Maybe. Maybe. That's a big maybe. That's just me being biased because I like John Wall. He clearly hadn't had a better career than Russell Westbrook. We know Boogie haven't. 2011, we got Kyrie Irving, the number 1 pick. Now we talking about a guy who has 3 times over his career scored 25 points or more. That's over a span of 20 games twice. I'm sorry, not 20 games twice. Once was over a span of 20 games. The other was over a span of 54 games. So you managed to average 26 points over a span of 20 games. 27 points over a span of 54 games. Never won any scoring titles. Never dragged scrubs to the playoffs. Never averaged a triple-double. Never averaged a double-double. But I'm off Kyrie because it's not about Kyrie. It's about Russell Westbrook and how many people don't have a better career than Russell Westbrook. Kemba Walker came out in 2011. Klay Thompson came out in 2011. Career is not better than Russell Westbrook's. Kawhi Leonard, possibly, but he always hurt. So I can't say that his career has been better than Russell Westbrook's. I won't say it. He ain't got a season MVP. He got a couple of finals MVPs, and those are huge, don't get me wrong. But that just means that he was the best player in that finals series. He made it to the finals, but he was the best player in that series, not of the season, not of the playoffs. Plus, he always hurt, so we don't really know. Jimmy Butler, Isaiah Thomas came out those years. Have they had better careers than Russell Westbrook? Nope, absolutely not. 2012, we got Anthony Davis, we got Damian Lillard, we got Bradley Beal. None of those dudes have had a better career than Russell Westbrook. So where is the Russell Westbrook disrespect coming in at? When we talk about turnovers, he ranked right up there with the best of them. We talking about field goal percentage, he ranked right up there with the best of them. 3-point shooting is not the best, but guess what? He ranked right up there with the best of them. The best of players, not the best of 3-point shooters, but the best of players, right? So I just named off 20 other NBA players. Maybe three of them had equally as good as or better than of a career than Russell Westbrook. So again, where's the disrespect coming from? I just don't get it. If you take Russell Westbrook and you put him on the Orlando Magic, the Detroit Pistons, back with the Houston Rockets, if you put him back over there with Washington, that same team minus Spencer Dinwiddie, he taking you to the playoffs. See, the problem with Russ being a Los Angeles Laker is that Russ only played one speed, 100. He only played one speed. That's all he know how to do. That's why a lot of people say he's stat pad, which obviously maybe more players should do that. Stat pad, that's crazy. The term stat pad is really a crazy one to me when we talking about Russell Westbrook. So Russ got people so scared that all he got to say is, hey, get out of the way, I'm going to get this rebound? Or is he always on 100 so he got to that rebound before you? I'm just not getting it. The problem with him being a Los Angeles Laker is that the Lakers don't have young, energetic players who can mesh with Russell Westbrook. They don't have players that's going. So this is the thing with the Lakers. They might be one of the fastest paced teams in the NBA, but I bet you if you look at their fourth quarter points allowed, they probably lead the league in that, somewhere in the top 5, if not at number 1. This is not the type of team that can play with Russell Westbrook. Maybe with the exception of Anthony Davis or Dwight Howard. Talen Horton-Tucker. Because he is young. But Russ is not the problem over in LA. LA's problem is defense, but this is not about the Lakers. It's about Russ. Y'all want Russ to get traded? Where? You want to trade Russ for Ben Simmons? You want to trade Russ for Ben Simmons? The dude who just last summer y'all was shitting all over? That Ben Simmons? The one whose stats I didn't even bother to write down? Y'all got to chill out, man. Y'all got to stop with the Russ disrespect. We talking about one of the most explosive players in NBA history. We talking about the guy who came and made the triple-double. Y'all call the triple-double an empty stat when it come to Russell Westbrook now. He didn't came and he's normalized triple-doubles. It's so normal to y'all now that if a player get a triple-double, it's just like no big deal. How long did it take somebody to come and break Big O's record, man? And he did this for 3 seasons. Look, man, y'all got to stop with the Russell Westbrook disrespect, man. I mean, if we talking about him versus other players in the league right now, you going to tell me that Russell Westbrook is not a top 20 player? I actually might even do a separate video listing the top 25 players, because I guarantee you Russell Westbrook is on that list. Let's not blame Russell Westbrook for what's going on over there in LA. Let's not say that he dirt, he Westbrook, he garbage. Y'all got too much disrespect on Russ's name. Now when he leave the Lakers, if he leave the Lakers, again, I don't really see him going into next season as a Los Angeles Laker. But who do you replace him with? You're going to have to trade him. $42 million. You're going to have to trade that. And you're going to want what in return? Young pieces. You're going to want young pieces. Pieces, not Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is not going to solve all of the issues. If he probably bring more issues. I'm sure he'll bring more issues. I'm sure he'll create spacing problems, just like he did when he was while he in Philly. It's gonna be issues. So who do you want for Russell Westbrook? Please, down in the comments, let me know. It's no price. It's no really nothing that you can ask for. If you a team and you want Russell Westbrook, I just don't really understand what the Lakers would get in return for a Russell Westbrook. A dude like that, a dude with his energy and his output, it just seemed pretty irreplaceable to me. At this phase, he don't got guys moving around off the ball for him. Somebody that he can dish the ball to on the cut, on the drive. I would like to even know Russell Westbrook's current usage rate with the Los Angeles Lakers. We know Russ is ball dominant. We know Bron is ball dominant. We had to know that. We know that Anthony Davis is ball dominant. So how do you really fit in if you Russell Westbrook? Take less shots? What is he averaging with the Lakers this year? 18 points? Let's see. Not even sure. Oh, yeah. 18.5 points. 18.5 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. And this is the dude that y'all say is responsible for the Lakers' issues. Where? It just seemed like everybody is looking for a scapegoat. So they start with Russ, and then it end up being Frank Vogel. And then it's everybody else. It's everything but the defense. It's everything but the fact that you depleted your team and brought in a bunch of older players with bad legs. These dudes is tired by the fourth quarter. You know who ain't tired by the fourth quarter? Russ. He on 100 at all times. Maybe you should bench the guys who don't play defense. Is Russ the best defender? No. But I can't imagine benching 18.5 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. Seemed like the fastest way to lose a coaching job. But you can tell that these businesses, these teams, these owners, they feel the pressure from the media. Whoever it is putting the media out. Just like when the media said that Carmelo Anthony need to come off the bench. Why did Carmelo need to come off the bench? Why do Russ need to come off the bench? Again, please down in the comments, let me know something. Let me know where the Russ disrespect is really coming from. Let me know if I said anything wrong so far. Please. But you got to chill with the Russell Westbrook disrespect, man. You got to take a second and really look at what's going on out there on that court. I think that if the Lakers trade Russell Westbrook, whatever team he go to will be a lucky team. I wouldn't mind seeing him as a Detroit Piston. I think he'll take him to the playoffs. I think he's going to take most teams to the playoffs. But, you know, I'm off it, man. That's my take. That's just what I feel about Russell Westbrook. I think y'all dudes is way too disrespectful. I'm hearing that LaMelo Ball is a better player than Russell Westbrook. Y'all know LaMelo Ball is like 4th on a team in points scored per game. 4th. Behind Terry Rozier. Behind Gordon Hayward. Behind Gordon Hayward, man. Behind Gordon Hayward. He don't even lead his team in minutes over there. Russ, on the other hand, has averaged, I believe, 38 minutes on his career. Hey, man, Russ done averaged 40 minutes per game in his career. 40 minutes per game. So that means from tip-off to the final buzzer, this dude is on 100. Very little injury history. Why are we doing this with Russ? Please let me know down in the comments. Email me, shoot me a text message, however you got to get it. Let me know why we're disrespecting Russell Westbrook. Listen to this video and then tell me why we're disrespecting Russell Westbrook. Peace.